Other than that, the rest of the voice actor is terrible. I'm kidding. I loved everyone. I don't think there's a single bad performance. Well, other than that Jiren guy, but
I knew that's where you're going with that. I think we can all agree we hate the Jiren voice actor. Hello everyone, welcome to another Term of Power Bridge interview. Today we've got In a While Dubs, also known as Reverb, also known as Wes Hansley, many different names that we cycled through on the credits. He's voiced a lot of different characters that you know. How you feeling, Reverb? How you doing today?
I'm feeling okay, other than the fact that you mispronounced my name. That's okay.
Wait, what part did I mispronounce?
Just for clarification, everyone, my name is Wes Hansen, not Hansley.
Did I say Hansley? It's because I was thinking Wesley.
Yeah, you mixed my first name and last name.
Sir. Tell us which characters that you voiced.
Oh man, I really should have prepared for this.
Not all of them,
okay.
But the main ones.
Okay, so the main ones I voiced are Tien and Frost. Mm-hmm. I would say those are the main ones, right? Yeah. I also voiced Kaba and Champa, for example.
Yeah.
I'm sure I voiced other people too.
I'd say probably the other main one I can think of was Paparoni.
Oh yeah, Paparoni, yeah.
Paparoni is a big deal.
Definitely.
I'm a big fan of your Paparoni. To start it off, we're going to start off the exact same way. Until I can come up with another original icebreaker question idea, we're going to start off the exact same way that I started off with Trick, which is pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Disgusting. Get out of here, buddy.
Oh man, are we 0 for 2 on this?
I like me a good pepperoni pizza. I'll take a bit more like ham, you know, maybe some ground beef, but come on, man.
So the pineapple's where you draw the line.
Pineapple's where I draw the line. I like mushrooms though. Mushrooms are actually pretty good.
Mushrooms are solid, yeah. I like pretty much... Yeah. I like pretty much anything on pizza, but that also includes pineapple on pizza. As you might remember if you watched my first interview, I'm a big fan. That's like my favorite type of pizza, which I'm like, my Chicagoan ancestors are rolling in their graves right now.
You're probably wondering where that early dislike came. That was me watching that pineapple on pizza section.
You're like, and dislike and unsubscribe.
And unsubscribe.
Report and block. Report as spam. Get them out.
Report for terrorism.
Tell me your thoughts. I know we've talked about a couple times when we've streamed me editing and things like that, but tell the people, what were your first thoughts when you came across the project and when you were looking at the different roles, especially because you were, compared to Trick, you're interested in so many of the roles. He only auditioned for Goku, but you wanted multiple roles, so kind of tell me your thought process when you saw the casting call and you saw the different roles available.
I like how you describe it. It's like, you wanted many roles. You couldn't have just one. You wanted them all.
You greedy boy. You greedy boy.
Well, I'm obviously a massive Dragon Ball fan. Mm-hmm. And obviously, I don't know if this was obvious or not, but I am a voice actor. So I've done voices a lot.
Gasp.
Yeah. So when I saw it, it was only a few months into actually being a voice actor, and I hadn't actually been in anything, like official or anything. So I saw it and I was just like, I'm gonna go for this. It's got a bunch of Dragon Ball characters, and I love doing Tien's voice, and I love doing Frost's voice.
Okay, for a second I thought you were gonna say like Tien was like your like go-to. For a second.
He almost kind of was, because I knew a lot of people just didn't do a good Tien in general.
Yeah.
And it was one that I practiced a lot. So I really wanted to get at least Tien, and I was hoping for Frost, but because of how the audition was laid out, Frost and Frieza were one audition.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, I think you were saying like, you're like, well, I hadn't heard their voices in a while, so you thought they were like similar enough that the same person could voice it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm sure someone really talented could do. But I was more confident in my Frost, and I sent you a DM. Mm-hmm. I was like, hey, look, I really want to audition for Frost. I love Frost, and would it be okay if I just did all the lines as Frost rather than Frost and Frieza?
Yeah.
And you gave me the go-ahead, so I did it. And
yeah, I was like, on second thought, maybe that was
it's funny listening
idea.
back to it, because it's just Frost kind of like talking to himself. He's like, "You want to fuck with Gohan? Do I?" And it's like, oh. Frost is having another episode, guys. But I remember being really nervous, because there's obviously a lot of good sounding phrases, and certainly a lot of good sounding everyone's.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really nerve-wracking. I was talking with my friend. I was like, "Look, I auditioned for this project, and I really want the role. Not because it's a paid project or anything, but because these characters mean so much to me. You know, I cried when Frost was like erased in Tournament of Power when it aired. I literally cried.
Oh no!
Yeah,
soul bonded.
Dramatic
with
for
this
me.
character.
I remember this girl was messaging me. She was like flirty and stuff, and I'm like, I can't talk right now. I can't talk.
I'm going through something right now. Okay.
Yeah, but a lot of the Dragon Ball characters I would do impressions of. I actually I would practice them while playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse and then Xenoverse 2 when that came out.
Nice.
So like, I ended up being a Tien and Frost main. I love those characters, and I would always just voice them and kind of just like just kind of role play almost, but not like role play, but you know, I would ham up the fights and have a good time with them. Neo Tri-Beam, you know. And
yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Always fancy finishes and such.
Oh yeah, dude. I do that all the time when I do the same thing. I think a lot of voice actors do. It seems weird to us because we're doing it alone in our room. So in the moment when you come outside yourself, you're like, man, this is weird. But like, I feel like all voice actors.
Recalling it, I feel like a little nerd.
Yeah.
But I was a badass in the moment, I tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do that with fighters all the time. I'll say the quotes like as I'm doing the combos and stuff. It's just fun.
Yeah. But yeah, I was super nervous because I'd only been voice acting for maybe 3 months at the time, and nothing was ever published, right? So it was really just my auditions that I had to go on, and I was really nervous. I didn't think I stood a chance. I hoped I did, but I wasn't, you know, I wasn't keeping my hopes up.
And then you did stand a chance.
And then I did, and then I'm voicing the most characters in the series.
You sure did.
What was the final total on that?
You know, I don't remember the exact number, but it was something like 20. 20 seems like too much, but it was like
I think it was like 12 or 13 or something.
Yeah, it was. I think I added 10. I think it turned out to be like 18 to like 16. It was like you voiced like 2 more. I think something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I was in every episode because of that.
I know, and then you.
I almost wasn't in every episode.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to be in the finale. And I was like, yeah, it's okay. Well, you know, he had plenty of lines, plenty of characters. You know, he had a good run. And then I was like, you know what? I was like, crap, he might. I was like, I'm gonna have him pop back in, but I didn't realize Champa's face just filled up the whole screen when they pop in. And I was like, oh crap. I was like, you know what? I think I need a little Champa gas as Reverb's last little send off to the project.
Yeah, that's hilarious because I make sure to tell people, I'm like, yeah, I'm in every episode. And I'm like, there's my line. Here I am.
Try and find him. Try and find Reverb in every episode. But so of course, because you voiced so many characters, I gotta know who personally was your favorite character to voice in the series if you could pick just one.
I mean, let's be real. I mean, it's obviously got to be Frost.
I figured.
Frost is my man.
I was wondering
and
if it
it's like my go-to voice.
Yeah.
But like,
runner-up?
my favorite character that I played as a character, probably Kaba.
Yeah?
Did I say his name right for once? Or is it? It's Kaba. It's Kaba.
It's Kaba because at least I think it's Kaba just because cabbage.
Yeah.
But
I never say his name right.
Both say it both ways. But anyways, continue.
Yeah. I love Frost because he's Frost, but Kaba. I love the way you wrote him because he's completely not what he is in the original. He's like this ladies' man wannabe, and he thinks he's like sly. He's like, "Hey, ladies, how's it going?" But no one likes him.
I was like, "Get out of here, Kaba."
Right, and plus, you made me sound surprisingly good for his beams and stuff. The screams I did for Kaba were surprisingly well done. Mm-hmm. Like, to pat myself on the back and everything. Yeah. You made me sound good.
Thank you, but yeah, no, I mean, I had good. Yeah, you can't fix bad audio, so of course yours was also good. We're just patting each other on the back now, just like, yeah, good job.
I think you said. I think you once said that my Frost was one of your favorite voices in the series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I just enjoy listening to it when it comes.
Which it was surprising to hear.
It stands out.
Thank you.
It stands out. It's very accurate. A lot of good emotion in it for the time that he was in it. You know, just like you said. You know, it's a shame he got eliminated early. I would have liked to have seen more of him. Especially since he could have had a little bit more in the abridged series if I hadn't done the first episode so quick, admittedly. But he also didn't have too much. He kind of just showed up to eliminate Krillin and then was like, peace. So
yeah,
might not have been too much extra. But
yeah, he didn't have too much to do, but what he did, it stood out. I think my favorite line that I did as Frost was not even like a line. It was my scream when he's getting Mafuba.
Yes, that was what I was picturing when I was thinking of your Frost voice. I always think back to that scream. It was one of those first really good screams that I heard from my voice actors, I feel like.
Thank you. That means a lot considering all the crazy, awesome screams that they have.
I know. I think... I don't think I had heard Trick. I didn't really start, not that Trick was doing bad or anything, obviously not, but Trick really came into his own with his screams when he had to do like 5 of them in episode 3, and I was like, oh my god. Like, this guy's screams are crazy.
Trick's, he started popping off around episode 3, certainly.
Yeah, and since your character... The character itself had reached its peak in episode 2, unfortunately. You know, you hit your peak when you needed to. I think so.
Oh, right.
You were, you know, you didn't have as much time to develop the character, which I don't think you needed to. Like I said, I think you already had the voice nailed and the personality nailed down perfect right away. So.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Awesome. Well, that's everything.
Yeah, anyways.
Tune in next time.
Hey. You're not running the interview. I'm hijacking my interview.
That's it. I'm taking over your company.
In a while, Botics.
In a while, Botics. In a Botic Dubs.
Reverb and Botics.
Reverb and Botics.
Reverb and Robotics.
Yep. All right. That's great. Let's move on.
Yeah, I'll probably put that one at I'll have that be the lead-in random clip before the interview starts. Like how the Trick one was me like
sounds good.
Stuttering over myself and be like, woo! As soon as we finished that, I was like, that's going at the beginning of the interview. But so now on the topic of characters, now that we know who you'd like to voice the best, now I want to know who your favorite character was, just from a watching perspective in the series. Who was your favorite to watch in the abridged series?
That is tough.
A lot to choose from.
So many good characters. I think don't know if this is a cop-out answer, but I think Kato Tesla, good old Pepsi man.
The guy who doesn't have a voice actor. What you trying to say, Reverb?
Well, he had a voice actor, all right. He had a voice actor, I tell you what.
I mean, he did.
That's my cop-out answer. But to explain more, it's my idea. Pepsi Man was my idea.
It's true. It was his idea. He did. You know, I forget what my original. Well, the Sonic lines. The Sonic lines were my idea, but putting the Pepsi theme in the background was your idea, and you helped me find Sonic line clips. So you definitely played a large role
Right,
in
you
his
were gonna
character
actually like boot him out of the series like pretty quickly. I'm like, no, we gotta do something with it. It's a funny character.
Yeah.
So I went out of my way and found some lines of that specific Sonic actor. Like the one where he shoots the beam.
Yes.
That's like one of them. But I think the one that I was like, I think I was goading you on to add was, whoa, what's a guy got to eat to get that big?
Yeah, that big. Yeah.
That was like a last-minute addition, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it totally was, and it was totally worth it.
Yeah. Okay. My favorite other actors.
Probably. Yeah, not counting any of your characters. What was your favorite character to watch?
None of my characters. I hate me.
They suck. The voice actors suck. I hate that guy.
Okay. Don't tell the voice actor, but I absolutely hate the guy who plays Jiren. Like, he sucks.
Oh.
Have you seen his content?
Oh, up yours. Me using my clean,
okay.
clean language.
Seriously though, it's got to be like a tie between Android 17 and Kale.
Wow, that's almost. I think that was what Trick said too. Trick said.
Did he?
Trick said 17.
Oh, right, he did.
And then he said Caulifla / Kale. He kind of like said both to like say his favorite like female character. And I gotta say, I agree.
Homie
At
kid
least
just
for
like
me,
Kappa.
17. I love 17. But go ahead and explain why you like them. What you liked about them.
Well, Crystal Avenger, who plays Kale, is already my friend.
Right.
Like, I told you to cast her. And you're like, well, tell her to audition. And I'm like, if you're going to audition, you're going to cast her. And it's not me telling you to, so you'll know it's the right decision.
I know, because I just wasn't a big fan of the Kale auditions up till that point, so I was
Yeah.
I was desperate. I needed something, and she blew it out of the park.
She's perfect. I cannot express enough.
Crystal, you did an awesome.
It always feels wrong when I hear the official dub, and I hear Kale Caulifla. I'm like, no, that's not their voice. That's not their voices.
That's what Trick was saying.
I think Crystal. Yeah, I think Crystal. I think she nails the softness of Kale, while not making her like a really high pitched like, oh, I'm scared. You know.
Yeah,
and she super nails like the powerful, just destructive energy of Kale.
She was like the only person who
nails
auditioned.
the character.
She was the only person who auditioned that could do the berserk screams. She like knew how to let herself go and do it. She like all the other girls that audition, they just and that's not even to try and like insult them too much. It's a very common like thing that when you get used to voice acting, you just tend to like hold yourself back just because you're nervous about letting yourself go.
Right. People are afraid to like actually project their voice and even more scream.
Get that throat
but
shred.
I think, Crystal does not hold back. She'll tear her vocal cords all the way across the world.
Oh yeah, no, and she does it well.
And let's talk a little bit of Alex, huh?
Yeah.
That guy.
What a guy.
Why is he on this project? He's so good.
He's so prolific.
Like, I'm thankful, but like, goodness, he's just so good.
I know, he's terrific. He's terrific. I was very thankful to have him on.
Yeah, his 17 it's iconic. It's iconic.
Yeah.
When I hear his voice, it just stands out so well. Nothing against the original voice actor, but like when I see 17, I think of Alex. It just fits the character, the snarky and like playful nature of him. It's so good, so good.
And I was sad when I've been writing the Zamasu arc. I was like, 17's got to be in here somewhere, right? I was like, I wanted him to be back. I was like, no, where is he? I was like, I was like, you're kidding yourself. Sora, 17, 17 isn't in the Zamasu arc. I was like, I know, but I wanted him to come back.
That's one of the biggest shames about the doing the Zamasu arc is that so many of the voice actors for the Tournament of Power Bridge just can't return because their characters are no longer there, and there's not going to be enough characters.
Yeah, unfortunately not, but hopefully if people's characters aren't around, those same actors will audition for other roles that are open. There's going to be plenty of open roles, not as many as the tournament. The tournament was crazy. Even though we filled most of the minor characters, I mean, the tournament was still crazy, even though we filled most of the minor character roles. But
yeah,
hopefully they'll come in, and if they have the time, come and audition for a different character. I would love that, because we got a real good people.
I will say, just as like a noteworthy actor, the voice actor for Krillin. He was fantastic.
Yeah,
and like
great job.
He was one of the most returned characters in episodes, despite being knocked out in episode 2.
Yeah. I just dictated him as the person to comment from the stands, because there was when I was abridging, I was like, there's too many comments from the stands. So I was like, I would like cut out most of it, but I was like, if I do pan to the stands, it's gonna be Krillin a lot of the time. I just wanted.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think you handled the stands really well, because they never feel overstayed, but like they also add a bit of life to everything. Because if it was just the characters fighting, it would just be the characters fighting.
Yeah.
But seeing people actually react but not stay too long, I think that's the best way to do it. So that would be like minutes on end, where they're just and Goku learned how to use Ultra Instinct effectively. Anyway, let's talk about how he's a good person.
Yeah. Let's talk about all the good
things he's fighting Jiren, guy. He's right there. He's fighting Jiren. Let's look at that.
Now to kind of finish up the whole thing about talking about the different characters in the series, kind of going back to you now, what was your favorite moment or memorable moment that you can think of while you were in the booth recording? Was there a moment that sticks out to you that spoke to you, or something just memorable while you were voicing any of your characters?
Other than having a grand old time with all the characters, I think I'm gonna say something that I actually didn't enjoy.
Sure.
And that was voicing Champa. Champa is a hard character to voice.
He is. It's a very that's a tough voice to nail down.
Yeah, because it's very high, but also low and crackly at the same time. So it was just very hard to nail, and I think I went by it 3 times, with a good old glass of like room temperature water to keep my throat, healthy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like, it was terrible. I love voicing Champa, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's just the actual process of finding the voices.
The voice itself.
I would have to just be sitting there, like, just repeating a line until it sounds right, like, Vados! And that's an inside joke.
Yeah. We know. We know.
Yes. There were so many inside jokes for all the episodes that no one will ever know.
I know.
Or will they?
Lost to the Discord streams.
Yeah.
Well, less lost. They were never public to begin with. Never meant to be public.
Never.
Never meant to be. Let's see.
And I can only think of that Jiren and Vegeta fight. And I don't have to say anything else. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You reference that all the time. Speaking of inside jokes and things like that, not specifically inside jokes, but what was your favorite joke or ongoing joke in the series? And then also, what was your favorite episode?
My favorite ongoing joke.
I feel like I have a guess, given your favorite character.
Alright, now I can't say it. Now I can't say that one. I have to come up with a different one. Alright, it's not going to be Pepsi Man, okay?
As soon as I said the question, I was like, wait a minute.
I actually, I really like the now die joke from the Tournament of Power Abridged Kai episode.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Now die. Now what?
And everyone was doing it, yeah.
Yeah, it
just kept doing it to people left and right.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that.
Yeah, I liked it too.
I think a classic joke that involved one of my characters would probably be the it was with Tien when Tien got eliminated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it was one of the audition lines, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but I actually enjoyed doing that. It was really fun because it was an awkward Tien just trying to like play off the joke that the other guy said, and then totally just stuttering and not like nailing it at all, but still being proud.
I think I know the line. I'll probably mess it up by a word or two, but I think it was looks like you were the one who was the noob.
Yeah, looks like you were the one who was the noob.
Nailed it.
I did a ton of goofy laughs for that.
I know.
I'm really happy with how that turned out. And what's my favorite episode? Oh, I think right now, at this exact moment, the one that's most rewatchable for me is the Kai episode, because it's just so well done.
Yeah.
And it's the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So like, you could just sit there for the 10 or 20 minutes that it is, and you get basically the entire tournament.
That's only 6.
It's only 6.
You're thinking of the April Fool's video that was 10 minutes.
No, not that one. That's not my.
You mean the Kai Bridge was only 6 minutes.
Kai Bridge. Wow, that's crazy. It feels it's so dense, so richly dense with great writing and great acting.
Yeah, for real.
But out of the original run, between 1 to 7, oh man, because it kept changing. I love 2 because it was Frost episode.
Yeah, of course.
That was the one where I opened. Yeah, I opened that one. And then, but 3 was so good, and 4 is so funny, and so is 5. I think I like the one with the UI Goku and Kefla fight the most.
Okay, so episode 4 then.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, episode 4 was a blast. really was.
Mhm.
Editing perspective, voicing perspective, watching perspective. I would agree with that.
Yeah, like the first, you could just get this intense first half, and then it opens up back into just a full episode again, and it's like
just a bunch of. So much happens in that episode. I forget just how there were like there were like 4 extra fights after the first 6 minutes being solely dedicated to UI, Goku, and Kefla. Then like 4 more fights happened. There's so much. I think it was the longest episode before the finale came out. Possibly.
I mean, it definitely feels like it.
It felt like it, yeah.
Yeah, that was a. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that's my favorite.
Now just a couple to get to know you just more as a person. What are some of your favorite anime to watch? Or TV shows if you don't watch like that many anime.
There's this one anime. Not a lot of people actually know of it. It's called Dragon Ball Super. It aired a few years back.
Your face, I was like, is he gonna joke or is he actually gonna say something serious? I couldn't tell.
No, I love Dragon Ball Super. It's there every episode and every episode of the dub.
Yeah.
But that's a boring answer for this.
Yeah.
Favorite anime? I love Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero.
Steins Gate, yeah.
Brilliant anime.
Love Steins
Brilliant.
Gate.
Yeah. My friend was asking me to watch it for the longest time. I was like, I'll get to it. And one night he was just like, look, when you wake up, just watch an episode and we'll talk about it when I get up. So I said, all right, I'll check out an episode. Then I wake up at like 6 a.m. I'm like, I'm going to go back to bed. Then I don't. I'm like, I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to watch it now, and then I'll go back to bed and we can talk about it later. So I watched the episode. I'm like, wow, this is really engaging, and I'm really curious to learn more.
Yeah.
So I just kept watching, and 9 hours later, I was done.
9 hours later.
9 hours later. And then suddenly it's done, and I'm like, wow, that was great. Time to watch the movie.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I don't know if I saw the movie or not.
I don't think it's like canon. I don't remember.
Okay. That's
but yeah, Steins Gate hit me emotionally, really hard.
Good. What about? Well, I would assume one of your favorite games is probably Xenoverse 2. But what other favorite video games do you have?
I love Xenoverse 2, but I absolutely despise that game and its entire culture.
That's fair. There's a lot of games like that.
Totally unrelated to anything like that. I grew up playing on the PS2, so I have a lot of fond memories from those days. So I grew up playing things like Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter.
Mm.
Those are like the games I'll say are my favorite, you know?
Yeah.
But then some honorable mentions would be like Shadow of the Colossus. That was a really influential game for me.
Oh yeah, classic.
Catherine was a total mindfuck. And then something like there's so many great games, man.
I know.
Grim Fandango, absolutely love that game.
Oh, okay.
If you haven't checked out Grim Fandango, I really recommend. It's got great acting and it's got just a great world.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't played it.
Yeah, and stuff like The Wolf Among Us, The Last of Us 2. I love games. I love games so much. It's hard to pick favorites.
I know.
It's
it
like,
really is.
This game is one of my favorites, and like my favorite list is like hundreds.
Here's my top 1,000.
Here's my top 1,000, and it's like this is just the SSS tier.
Yeah.
Wait till we get to the SS tier. There's some notable mentions there.
Yeah. For real. Any final thoughts or social medias you would like to plug to the people at home so they can come and follow you and see what you're up to?
Yes, that is something. I have a YouTube channel. in Wild Dubs. That'll be in the description below, or else.
I'll do it.
I'm watching you. You can also follow me on Twitter at in Wild Dubs as well. I'm on there a lot, more than I should be. Twitter is it's an addiction.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole.
Yep. And I mean, yeah, that's really all I would have to like promote for myself.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, then if you guys want to see more of Reverb, he does a lot of cool fan dubs and things on his channel. He's got the Sly Cooper fan dub. I'm on there. Some people from Tournament of Power, other than me and him, are on there, so definitely go check that out. Go check out his Twitter and his YouTube channel. But other than that, I think that pretty much does it for us here today. Reverb, thank you so much for taking some time out to do this interview. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad you're able to come on.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. It's been a pleasure.
This series has been a blast, and it's been so amazing to be a part of. I met so many awesome people. I met you.
Yeah, it's been a great time, man.
But that's probably not one of the greatest people I met. You know.
You know,
one of the lacking ones.
Yeah, like we've already talked about.
No. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you for being a part of the project, and I'm sure we'll see you again in the Zamasu arc. I'm sure if you don't get one of the major roles, you'll definitely be doing minor characters around that. That's for sure. You'll definitely, you'll definitely be around for that.
Yep.
But
yep. If there's a character that dies, I'll be poisoned.
Yeah, that was the joke. He who dies.
He who dies.
But yeah, that should be it. Thank you guys so much for walking. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next interview video. Bye, everyone.